Hi everybody, I'm Kimberly Edwards from cookingwithkimberly.com, and I am making you yet another banana bread recipe this evening because someone has ordered it. Wow, I just dumped my oil and that's not cool. Someone has ordered it from my Neighborhood Chef menu. If you haven't checked out Neighborhood Chef, if you live in the Niagara region, I deliver in and do takeout. And tonight someone's ordering banana bread. It's like my most popular thing. It's awesome. Banana bread's great for you, and a lot of people don't make it, or their moms don't make it anymore, their grandmas don't make it anymore, and they don't know how to make it or don't want to. So there you go. So tonight my client would like a peanut butter, banana, chocolate chip, banana bread. So that's what I'm going to make you, and that's what I'm going to show you how to do right quick. Okay, let me just organize my camera for you guys a little better. Okay, we're going to start off with the dry ingredients. The dry ingredients, I'm using a large mixing bowl. Here is a strainer or a colander. It is a sifter. It looks like it has window screen in it. It is going to make your flour much more fluffy. Okay, so that means you're going to have fluffier bread. And I am going to measure out 2 cups of all-purpose flour. You may use bread flour as well. You don't have to, okay? So I'm just going to throw it in here in the strainer, okay? And what I'm doing is I'm making sure that there's no like weird hard things that end up in your flour from, I don't know, the factory it came from, or who knows where, when, how. Anyway, let's not keep those little bad boys in there. Let's make sure that they're not in there by straining them out. Or if you have hard pieces, sometimes if it gets a little bit moist, the pieces of flour gets a little bit hard and you just have to bust them up. So here we go. Next, I'm putting half a teaspoon of baking soda. Okay, so measure that out. Use your measuring spoons for these guys, okay? I'm also going to throw that through the strainer to make sure that there's no lumps and clumps too. Okay, I'm also going to put in baking powder. Now, baking powder is going to be 2 teaspoons. Measure it out. Again, put it in the little sifter thing, and you're good. I'm also going to put a couple dashes of salt. Good enough for about, I don't know, 1/4 teaspoon or so. There. Okay, sifting it all through, pushing it all through. That's all the good stuff right there. Okay, wheat germ is going in. I'm putting 2 tablespoons of wheat germ. Just kicks it up, a little bit more fiber, a little more substance in the bread. It's also healthy for you, so there you go. I store my wheat germ in the freezer. Wheat germ has wheat oils in it, and the oils can go rancid. Now, when you purchase a big bag, well, you want to purchase a bag like this because it's cheaper to do. So you buy a big bag like this, there's no way in heck you're going to use that wheat germ that fast. A normal person who is not doing specific recipes with wheat germ, you're not going to use that in a long time. So instead of storing it in your pantry where it can go bad and rancid and smell and not be good anymore, go on and put it in your freezer. Put it in just seal it up, or put it in a container, a resealable container or a resealable bag. And that way you can store it in the freezer. It keeps it cold, it keeps the oils from going bad. Okay, so now I have the wheat germ in here. This is all the dry ingredients. I'm just stirring it in. Okay, now I'm also going to add 3/4 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips, whatever kind you want. You can use the minis if you want. You can use whatever kind of chips you like. Okay, I'm using 3/4 cup today. All right, so that's all of my dry ingredients. Setting this to the side. Okay, now my oven is preheated to 350 degrees. It's preheated on my convection cycle. If you don't have a convection cycle, that's okay. It helps it bake better, but it doesn't really matter. You can use your normal settings, no problem. All right, next bowl is going to be smaller. It has a flat bottom, and I'm going to use it for my wet ingredients. I'm going to start by using my eggs. Now, the reason why is because if your eggs crack and you get shells, which just happened actually, instead of using a utensil like a spoon or your finger, the shells seem to scoot away on you. They just run away, and you can't seem to grab it. It's the most annoying thing. Use the part of the shell, like I just did. So you crack it, say you get an eggshell in, which I didn't this time, use this part, scoop it out, it attracts it, and it comes out easily, okay? The reason I'm doing my eggs first is to make sure that there's no eggshells in there, period. That's it. Okay, so I'm gonna go grab a whisk. This is a whisk. I'm just beating these eggs up a tiny bit. Okay, Next, I'm going to put my bananas in. Now, I stored my bananas in the freezer. I've just defrosted them. And in they go. I'm going to use a masher, like a potato masher. Okay? Easy peasy, guys. Squish them up in there. Mix them up real nice. Now, I would usually use 1 cup of oil in a quick bread recipe. That's my general rule, okay? However, tonight I'm going to use peanut butter, and peanut butter has a lot of oil in it already. It's unnecessary to use an additional 1 cup of oil. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to compromise, and I'm going to use 1/4 cup of peanut oil. You may use any other kind of oil that doesn't have a lot of flavor, like canola, maybe corn oil, vegetable oil. I suggest not using olive oil. It has more of a strong taste. It's just not as good. Don't use it. It's okay. So that goes. 1/4 cup instead of a whole cup. Okay, guys? And the reason is because I'm putting 3/4 cup of peanut butter. Okay? So you measure it out in your little container, and you're going to use this little handy scraper to get it all out. It works great. Or you can use run it under hot water, your measuring cup, before you put your peanut butter in. Okay, under hot water, and then you put your peanut butter in, and it just slides right out. Just kind of melts out. Oil and water don't mix, and peanut butter is oily, so it doesn't mix, and it just kind of slides right out. It's beautiful. Okay, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Please use real extract. Artificial vanilla extract is made as a byproduct of making paper. It's chemicals. It smells and tastes like it. Not as good, but it's not. It's bad for you. Please don't eat it. Please don't use it. Where's my wooden spoon? I brought a wooden spoon over here. Oh, it's in my other bowl. There you go. So this is just going to get all mixed in together till everything is evenly combined, namely the peanut butter, okay? Because the peanut butter, the eggs might have been a little bit cold. I did try and leave them out a little longer so they'd be room temperature when I put this peanut butter in. But it's hard to mix peanut butter when you have something cold and hot, and something that is water-based, like the egg, and oil-based, like the peanut butter. So instead of just a wooden spoon, it looks like, I'm going to use this whisk again and just mix everything thoroughly, okay? All right, so now I've got nice mixed peanut butter and banana. What a great combination. Good choice, I must say, to my client. Okay, big bowl's coming back to the dry ingredients. I'm going to put half of these ingredients. You know what? I need to add 1/2 cup of water. Very sorry. 1/2 cup of water, or you can use lukewarm tea. I usually have tea hanging around, but I guess I drank it all day, so it's gone. So I'm using 1/2 cup of water. I use reverse osmosis or filtered water just because that's what I do when I bake or cook. All right, in goes that water. That's just to get it a little bit more moist. All right, perfect. 1/2 of this wet mixture is going into my dry mixture, and I'm going to mix it through just evenly. Careful when you're mixing this, because your dry bowl is full of flour and all kinds of nice things that are light in weight. So it's just going to go poof if you make a big move in here. Okay, so be gentle. Go on, use your scraper, get all that liquid out. I also need to sweeten this up a little bit. I was going to add honey, but today I think I'm going to add some sugar instead of just the honey, just to keep it simple. Okay, so scrape all that good stuff in. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of plain white sugar. Now you could add 2 tablespoons of honey and that would be just fine. But this is right here. So 2 tablespoons in. And we're going to mix all of this nice and thoroughly. You're going to assess the situation once you've added all of your liquid, okay? Because sometimes it might not be wet enough. And I just want to kind of show you how to determine whether it is or not the right texture and consistency. This is a little bit dry, okay? And it might be because I had the peanut butter in instead of all oil, okay? Because it's thicker. So I'm just going to go ahead and add another, I'm going to say 1/4 cup of water. So excuse me while I go and grab that. Hold on, sit tight. Don't leave me. In goes the water. All right. I want this right now, it looks like cookie batter, okay? That's how thick it is. So now when I mix it all up, it's going to be slightly more runny. Okay, I want it to be able to kind of ooze. And that's perfect. This is a little more liquidy now. Let's check the consistency now. See that? It kind of oozes. Beautiful. All right, now I'm using a non-stick pan. However, I'm also still going to spray it with non-stick spray because I hate it when your bread gets stuck in there. You're pulling half of it apart when you're trying to pull it out. I want it just to loosen the edges and then just let it fall out, okay? So don't do all this and waste your time and then wreck your bread that way. Use your handy dandy scraper tool again. You're gonna dump everything into this nice baking loaf pan, and you're gonna bake it in the oven at that 350 that you've preheated it on for 40 to 50 minutes. I would say it's probably gonna be closer to 50, but what I want you to do is at 40 minutes, like you're gonna set your timer, of course, the second you put it in, set your timer, 40 minutes, you're gonna go and grab yourself a cake tester or like a, I don't know, like a metal skewer or wooden skewer or a really sharp knife. You're gonna stick it in the center of your loaf. There goes the chocolate chip. I guess it didn't want to be baked. Cool. So you're gonna stick it right in the center. If it comes out and it's still like gooey on it, like gooey, you're gonna put it back in for a couple more minutes. Set the timer and put it back in. Okay, around 50 minutes is what mine's been going well with. It just depends on your atmospheric conditions, where you're located, the settings of your oven and stuff, what kind of ingredients you used, how wet it was, how dry it was that day. Okay, so you just have to eyeball it. But if it's done, if the cake tester comes out clean, like there's no gooey stuff on it, it comes out completely clean and dry, it's ready to take out. And when you take out that loaf, sorry, I'm just scraping everything I can. When you take out that loaf pan, you're gonna let it sit on the top of the stove or somewhere else on a cooling rack in the pan for 5 minutes. Set the timer, don't forget about it. After 5 minutes, I want you to come in here and then I want you to take a nice sharp knife, okay? And you're gonna go all around the edges of the pan and you're gonna loosen the edges. So you're just gonna follow the edge of the pan. Excuse me while I throw this in. Looks beautiful. Voila, it's gonna be lovely. In we go. Setting my timer for 40 minutes. Okay, now I can talk. Okay, so you're going to grab a knife like this, all 4 sides, okay? Then you're gonna take a cooling rack, something that looks like this, or something that looks like this. It's on your counter. You're going to gently ease your banana bread out of the loaf pan, and you're gonna let it sit there for, I don't know, 30 minutes if you can wait that long. You still want to eat it while it's warm, of course you do, and that's great. But you don't want to cut it the minute it comes right out of the oven because it's just going to crumble. It's going to fall apart. It won't be enjoyable. Make sure you use real butter. Real butter's awesome. Don't use margarine, please, okay? It tastes awesome. Don't waste your bread. Make it taste awesome. So slice it up. It'll still be warm. You can use it for a snack, for breakfast. Send it to the kids, with the kids for lunch. I guess you can't get peanut butter in it, but anyway, enjoy it. Have it as a dessert after dinner. You know, banana bread is good for you pretty much. However, this is more of a sweet treat, and that's okay. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Make some banana bread. If you've never tried it, go on. It's easy. It's so easy. Don't even worry about it. It's going to rise all fluffy. You'll see. Follow the directions. You'll be fine. You're going to look like a champion, okay? Make sure you go onto Twitter and follow me on Twitter. It's twitter.com/cookingwithkimE with a capital E. I want you to go to Facebook, like the Facebook fan page, interact with me, let me know what's going on, how you like the shows and how you like the website. So that's facebook.com/cookingwithkimberly, and make sure you check out the YouTube show. It's youtube.com/cookingwithkimberly, and that's all there is to it. I will show you a picture. Hopefully I'll remember to take a picture, and I'll post the recipe on the website, cookingwithkimberly.com. So that's it. Eat deliciously. Do something fun in your kitchen. Be a champion. Ciao, guys. Bye.